Welcome back to Clue Me In, where we unravel the world's strangest mysteries, disappearances, unsolved crimes, and eerie cases that leave more questions than answers. I'm Liv.
I'm Kay.
And I'm Grace, the proud owner of 0 FBI clearance and infinite confusion.
Every episode, Kay and I break down a mystery, and Grace reacts, theorizes, and ultimately delivers her definitive answer.
Today, we're covering the baffling and deeply unsettling case of Tim Molnar, a 19-year-old from Florida who vanished without a trace. All right, so Tim was a bright, kind 19-year-old from Daytona Beach, Florida, and it was January 24th, 1984. He started the morning like any other morning. He dropped his 14-year-old brother off at school before heading to his own college classes.
That's cute.
Yes.
I love that he does that every morning.
I know. But he never made it to class, and he vanished that day. He just never came home. He was gone. His family was, of course, very worried. He had no history of running away, no known problems, and he was just gone.
This is why I share my location, and everybody makes fun of me for checking my friends.
Hey, I'm a big believer in sharing locations, okay? I agree with you. So the first, real clue of where he was at came from when a charge to his credit card showed up. This was about, 150 miles away from his home at a gas station.
Oh, like a couple hours.
Yeah.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. So the police, followed up with it and went to the gas station, and the employees there confirmed that he was there, but he had been alone.
Oh.
And then after that, one tiny little clue, nothing. Radio silence for weeks until they found his car.
Interesting.
Mm-hmm. So it was parked outside of a Greyhound bus station in Atlanta, Georgia, which is over 400 miles from Daytona Beach. So he was going somewhere.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
But the morning was just normal. He didn't really...
Right, he dropped his brother off to school and then just kind of started,
Interesting.
Driving, I guess, or so
So
it seems right now.
Yeah.
So what was found in the car was his wallet, his ID, and his credit cards. But not his bike, his expensive stereo system, or the tool set that he apparently always kept with him. So valuables that, would have stood out if they were in his car.
Why did he leave a bike in his car?
That's a good question. I was thinking that, too.
Yeah, I mean, he brought his bike. We know that he always brought his bike.
Yeah,
but
it's just,
with him.
why?
Yeah.
I don't know. He must have been, a
maybe
very
it's a college
avid
campus.
bicycler.
Right.
Unless he parked and then rode his bike from building to
That's
building.
true.
That's true.
Yeah.
That makes
Yeah.
sense. We'll go with that.
Right.
So some people thought that this meant he ran away or maybe even was trying to change his identity. But if that was the case, why wasn't any of his clothes missing or supplies from his house?
Oh,
Right.
yeah, everything at his house was there.
Yeah, he hadn't packed. Nothing was missing from his room. The only thing that we know that he took was, and this is kind of a huge clue, all the money from his savings account.
Oh, so it was kind of planned.
Yes.
Or at least it seems that way.
Except for $10.
Interesting.
$10.
He didn't want that overdraft fee.
Guess not. So these are the little clues they got, and then they didn't hear anything for, years. Fast forward to 1985. So this is a year and a half later. He's still missing, and a guy named Stephen Call is walking through an area in Washington County, Wisconsin. And as he discovers human remains, and these remains are frozen inside of a huge block of ice.
What?
Yeah.
In Wisconsin, that's kind of far, isn't it?
Yes, it is. It's very far.
It's kind of like Captain America, I feel like. Just
just frozen in a block of ice.
Yeah, pretty much.
So silly.
So these remains sat unidentified for years, and they had no idea who it was.
Oh, interesting. In the ice?
Mm-hmm.
For years?
I mean, I'm sure by then it melted.
Yeah,
but
they had
I was going to say, that would really be Captain America. If it was just in ice for years.
They took care of the body and all that stuff, but they just didn't know whose it was.
Yeah.
I see now. That makes way more logical sense than what I was thinking in my head.
I like it. Captain America, you had it in your mind. But then, Unsolved Mysteries, which is like a documentary. Have you ever seen Unsolved Mysteries? It's like one of the earliest.
I don't actually think I
Okay.
What?
Yeah.
Yeah,
I
I
guess
don't
she is the one who is just the...
I'm just here for the fun.
Yeah.
We'll watch one. You
Yeah,
won't
we
get
should.
it. Yeah.
We can watch this one.
Yeah, there we go.
So, Unsolved Mysteries aired an episode on Tim Molnar's disappearance.
Ooh.
And this was in November of 1995. So, this is 10 years after his body was found in the ice.
Whoa.
Yeah. So, they do this.
And then when it re-aired on January 31st, 1996, that's when something major happened.
So, a viewer named Stephen Call.
The Wisconsin man.
Yes, exactly. Calls into the telecenter. And he says he recognizes the clothes on the missing person as the same ones that he had seen on the frozen body in the woods 10 years earlier in Wisconsin.
That's kind of spooky. That's kind of
Right?
cool, though.
Yeah.
Like, seriously, imagine, like, sitting in front of your TV.
Watching this thing.
Right?
Exactly, and then being like, oh, that's the one I found decades ago in ice.
Yeah.
That's hilarious. That's
Yeah.
so funny, actually.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah. So they do the testing, and sure enough, it's Tim.
Oh, wait, it was.
It was.
Confirmed.
It was
Yep.
confirmed.
Finally, something is confirmed on this
Yeah.
podcast.
Right.
Not only did they confirm that, but they also found the keys on the body that matched the locks on Tim's family home in
Oh,
Florida.
that's so sad, though.
It is sad.
Yeah.
And they found his bike.
Oh,
So the one that was missing from his car was found near the body,
interesting.
still in Wisconsin, which then raises the question, like, did he bike to Wisconsin? Like, from Georgia in the winter? Like, what's going on?
You know what I find crazy is that it's like they found nothing.
Yeah.
And then years later, it's like bam,
all
bam,
this
bam, bam,
stuff.
bam.
Well, it's probably because they found this body and they knew all this stuff was
Yeah.
connected to
Yeah.
this body, but they didn't know what to
who.
do with it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
it's just
It's
crazy to
crazy.
me.
Wow. All because of one man sitting watching TV.
Yeah.
Like, imagine
Yeah.
if he'd never watched that episode.
Right? Right?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
I know.
Interesting.
Crazy.
All right, so there was no real cause of death, like, ever determined for him, and no one could figure out, like, why or when or how Tim ended up, like, so far from his
Right.
home.
Yeah. So that's
So they never
definitely
really
still a
determined,
mystery.
like, the, like, main cause of everything.
Right.
Just that
Yeah.
this is
Right.
Tim,
Yep.
and he's dead.
Yep. Yep. So we'll lay out the clues
Okay.
that we've kind of talked about. So we'll go through it quickly. So there's Tim's car was found in Atlanta, but his body and bike were in Wisconsin,
Right.
1,000 miles away. Wallet and ID still in the car, but you know everything else was missing. No clothes, no belongings, all that stuff.
And then the remains were also in a secluded area off a private drive far from towns or cities. A place, I mean, like, that you wouldn't find unless if you, like, knew it was
Yeah.
there.
Mm-hmm.
Huh,
Yeah.
that's
Yeah.
interesting.
Yeah. So then I wanted to add this. I was looking and I found this thread on Reddit.
We
Okay.
love Reddit.
Yes. And it's an alleged connection between like Tim's disappearance and then a man named Richard. I did not look up how to pronounce this. We're going to say Jasinski.
Okay.
So this guy on Reddit is pretty much saying, hey, my uncle was good friends with this guy named Richard.
Uh-huh.
And Richard was a weird guy. My parents never really liked him.
Whoa.
So here's all the weird things about this Richard guy, okay?
Okay.
So he owned property near, like very near, where Tim's body was found.
In the remote area that nobody goes.
Right.
Okay.
So he frequently flew a small plane between Florida and Wisconsin, and Tim was going to school for like aviation.
Oh, weird.
Yes. He was later convicted in 2001 of second-degree sexual assault of a child.
Oh, well, that's bad.
I know. He had a known habit of housing young male drifters in his rundown shack.
Oh.
And he was known to roam uninvited, like just around the area and like people who lived in that area where Tim was found.
Definitely some red flags.
Yes, for sure. So I just thought that was very interesting. Like, the guy on Reddit was like, I mean, I don't know for sure, but, like, no one's listening to me, so I'm going to put this on Reddit. I was
Right.
like, this is kind of interesting, you know?
Yeah.
Yeah. Like, lots of coincidences. Yeah. Okay, and one more just, like, real creepy thing about him is that he reportedly tried to burn animal bones in a furnace. Like, he was a known poacher. So he was, like, looking for new methods of disposal, like, to see if they would.
It's definitely disturbing.
So, like, he was...
creepy.
Regardless, like,
Known
he's
to be kind of odd, eccentric, maybe.
Right. So, that's... Yeah, I don't know. I just thought that was very interesting. Yeah. But...
I feel like there's got to be some connection.
I know.
Yeah.
Well, I guess it's just some random guy on Reddit, so no one's probably talked to him.
Right, yeah.
Yeah.
And he said, like, he's tried to post... I think he tried to post it on the Unsolved Mysteries Reddit, if I'm wrong about that. Sorry, Unsolved Mysteries Reddit. And they took it down. A Reddit thing
Why
took
would they
it
take
down,
it down?
and then he had to post it on another one.
Maybe if it was too speculative.
Yeah.
And, like, it had someone's name in it.
Uh-huh.
Interesting. Okay.
Yeah.
But still.
But I was like, I really hope people aren't going to, like, dismiss this. And I read the comments and people were like, no, this is weird. I was like, okay, good.
Yeah, that's definitely,
like, yeah.
Like.
Yeah.
Yeah. I feel like he brought up a good theory.
Yes, for sure. For sure.
Okay, so let's get into the other theories besides Richard. So the first one is that Tim ran away, which, you know, people think that he wanted a fresh start and that, like, he left his car in Atlanta and biked or, like, hitchhiked north, which would explain why his bike wasn't in the car. But, like, this doesn't explain why he didn't take clothes, why his valuables were missing, or, like, how he ended up dead in the woods.
Yeah, I don't feel like I like that one.
Yeah. I mean, not to mention no evidence of a new life. Like, no new identity, no bank
And
use,
his
nothing.
cute little brother.
I
Like,
know,
dropping
that's
him
the
off every
weirdest
day.
thing.
Like,
I
what
feel-
would be the reason for him to just run away?
Right.
Yeah, and it sounds like they were close if he's dropping him off every day and stuff. Like, why would you just leave without saying anything?
It's very odd.
Yeah.
So another theory is that he was abducted or he was lured, like possibly by someone offering a ride or an opportunity. Maybe even someone like that Richard guy, like the private plane. You know, that detail is kind of suspicious to me, especially given his, like, Florida to Wisconsin habit. So, you know.
Yeah, so let's go to Richard, even though we kind of already talked about him. But people, even though it's, like, complete speculation, like, they consider the evidence to be, like, completely stacking against him. I mean, the fact that he had a plane, technically he kind of had a motive with his history with young men, and then he also had the opportunity that he lived right there.
And that he just, like, roamed the area that all of the remains were found.
Exactly. But, like, he was never properly investigated. So, like, it's all based off on speculation.
Every episode I feel like we've done is because people aren't investigating things the
I
right way. Like,
I
whether
think
it's, like,
that's
the
why
local
there's
sheriff or
unsolved
the
mysteries.
FBI. Like, every time it's like, well, why didn't they just look into this person?
Yep.
Yeah.
And we never know.
Yeah, and people even said on Reddit that, like, they reported him to FBI in 2019.
Yeah.
And that, like, no action was taken.
Yeah.
But, like, of course, I mean, if there's nothing else going except Reddit
sure.
users saying something like
Right,
they're
then
not
they're
going to do
probably not
anything with
gonna-
it.
But still, like,
Which
all
is a
the
bummer.
previous, like, facts.
Yeah.
Right.
Like, it's
right.
not like it's just all speculation. Like, the child abuse and, like, that's a
For sure.
fact. That's
Yeah.
something he got charged
Especially
with.
because, like, you know, Tim was found in such a, like, nobody goes there type of area unless if you know about it. So, like, clearly you think that, like, the police would look for people in
sure,
that know that area.
I would at least question everybody, that lived or owned land right there.
Yeah.
Yep.
It's just bizarre.
Yeah.
Maybe I should become an FBI agent.
I think you should.
And solve all of the world's problems.
100%. And speaking of it, what's your theory?
I think it's gotta be... I mean, I don't want to say it's gotta be Richard, because I don't want to, I don't know, throw him under the bus. But definitely, I feel like he was abducted or lured. Because the fact of him just changing, like, finding a new life, I don't know. I mean, obviously we don't know much about his background.
Right.
But it just doesn't sound like... I don't know. Like, he seems close with his brother, and I just...
Right.
I'm hung up on that part. And, like, in school...
Uh-huh.
That's a lot of trouble to go to.
Yeah.
And then clearly something happened.
For sure.
Like...
What do you think about, like, him being seen, like, at that gas station alone and, like, taking
I
the
do
money
think that's
out?
weird. That is interesting, actually.
Yeah.
Unless
but he could have been.
Unless someone like Richard said, hey, like, I have this big opportunity for you. Like, I can teach you how to fly, or I can take you here. If it happened to be this Richard guy.
Yep.
And then Tim just, like, was like, oh, this is a great opportunity. And maybe he was just excited but skeptical, so he didn't say anything. And then got killed. Point.
I think we forgot to mention something about the Richard theory, too, is that Stephen Call, the guy who found the body, was his neighbor.
Yeah.
I was about to say, I was thinking, I think we forgot to mention that.
Right.
I think, and then especially, because it doesn't say, like, how Richard lured these young men into his shack, but it could have been, like, oh, Tim, you're in aviation. Come, I have all of this land. I can show you stuff.
Yeah.
Bring your bike in the middle of winter. And then, I don't know. Like, I feel like Tim might have gone for a purpose.
Yeah.
And it just maybe didn't end well.
Yeah.
But it still doesn't answer the question of what led Tim up there in the first place. Because, like...
That's what I'm saying. Like, I think Richard might have reached out to him and said...
But what's the connection there?
The aviation. Because Tim was in school for that, and Richard
would fly to Florida.
Oh, okay. I forgot about that. Yeah. Good point.
So,
Good
like,
point.
if he had, like, come down to Florida and talked to all of the young men in the college.
Right.
And then maybe Tim planned something with him, but didn't say anything because maybe he was skeptical. Like, it's just weird man. And then maybe it just really didn't.
I think that's a good point to
That's my theory.
That's good. What'd you say?
I said I think this is a good point to make, to always Google someone before you meet them.
Yes!
And take your bike and all of your savings to Georgia.
Just make sure to leave $10 in the
Well, because maybe Richard picked him up in
overdraft.
Georgia. I don't know.
Yeah, that's true. No, that's a good point. Like, if they met and...
But him and Steven being neighbors, too, that makes me feel like Richard's got to be involved.
Yeah.
And if Richard is not involved and I am putting all this blame on him, I apologize, but I just feel like...
still don't...
There's too many coincidental things that Richard did that make me feel like he's got to have a hand in it.
Yeah. Thanks for listening to another episode of Clue Me In. If you want to dive deeper into the mystery of Tim Molnar, check out our episode notes.
We would love to hear your guys' thoughts on this Tim Molnar case. Send us your thoughts and don't forget us to follow us on Instagram at cluemein_podcast.
And maybe Google someone the next time you might go on an adventure with them.
Good safety tip.
Especially if they have prior charges.
See you next time on
Clue Me In.